What was I thinking about?
Sex, drugs, rock and roll.
I was just putting the I was thinking about that. Yeah.
Sex, drugs, rock and roll.
I was. Yeah. I was thinking about sex, drugs, and that one. Mostly sex and a bit of drink.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
It was. Was it? Yeah. I was it, Gary. Yeah.
Not necessarily in that order.
Yeah. I was going to say, I've started to thank David here for lending me this jumper because it was getting a bit cold. So I borrowed this jumper because otherwise I'd have frozen.
That's what makes it for my son.
It does indeed, yeah. Right, now I'm going to have to look at my script again because I can't remember exactly what I was making this part of the video diary about. That's it, yeah. How we are portrayed in the media. Hello. Hello, how are you? That's a civilian there, he's not a porter. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Now, how we are portrayed in the media. Now, I've already mentioned Holby City, but you know, there's other ways in which we're portrayed quite badly. For instance, like, if you want to go back to the beginning of how hospital porters are portrayed in the media, you have to go back to the 1960s, and there's this film with Jerry Lewis called The Disorderly Orderly. And it's about it's a sort of slapstick comedy in the American style, which is sort of tries to emulate the British Carry On, but doesn't quite manage to meet it in terms of wit and sophistication.
But you can't beat the British.
Of course you can't.
No. God save the Queen.
Because no one else will. Now you go forward a bit further in time, and you get to the 1980 film by David Lynch called The Elephant Man. And in The Elephant Man is about the true story of Joseph Merrick, a hideously deformed man from London in the 1880s. Now he lived at a hospital where he was cared for. Now one of the things in the film that gives energy to the plot, which is otherwise a bit too sedate, is that someone kidnaps him, and the kidnapping is organised by one of the porters at the hospital, who's played by Michael Elphick. So that was pretty bad as well, I thought, you know. So what we got patronising arseholes like Casualty and Holby City 1, scumbags like Michael Elphick's character in The Elephant Man 2. Will things get any better? Well, they don't, because there's another film made in I think about 1990 called Paper Mask. It's not a very well known film, and obscurity has never been more richly deserved. It's a shitty, crappy piece of shite, this film. It's got Paul McGann as this porter who's he's like Jimmy from Casualty, except he's sort of like a bit more, it's slightly less style, who impersonates a doctor. So is there any media source where porters are portrayed in a respectful manner? In fact, there's only one I can think of. One. And that's my own novel, Evans Land. That's the best they can do, I reckon.